so it's 10:36. Let's see how many hours it's going to take to change this tyre. First time on a tyre change in Virgin. Let's start. The first thing I want to do, take off this retaining clip. I'll keep that because I need that for later on to put it back on. And this has got 230 Newton meters of torque in it. So I've invested in a scaffold pole. Helps if you put it in gear. Got the wheel rotating. There we go, it's just starting to crack now. Yeah, all good there. Good. So, next part is to take off the exhaust so you can actually take the tyre off. The exhaust off. Castle nut, and then when we pull the wheel out, these spaces should come as well. There we go. That's it. Job's a googin. What we want to do is take the spacers out and then put them back on there, along with the nuts. Again, it's good practice that, just so you don't lose it, put it down somewhere, misplace it. So yeah, so this is the part that I'm fully expecting to be doing a lot of swearing. So here we go. First thing to do is to let the air out. So I've got this tool to take the valve out. Over a year that I was doing this. I'm actually going to replace that, but I'll keep it to one side anyway. There you go, a flat tyre. So the experts suggest using Windoline to lubricate the outside of the tyre. Don't know if it works, but it can't hurt. And I've got these tools, which I'm hoping are 50 odd quid well spent. So need to get one inside the rim like that. This is breaking the bead, by the way. Another one locks in, and then you squeeze together. Oh. Not bad for a first try. Let's give it another go. Get in there. Right. I did say there was going to be some swearing. Okay, squeeze them together, and be broken. Second time, lucky. Same again. Here. Kaboom. And then the other side came off a piece of piss. It does look to have come off there. Let's just move around a bit. Yeah, it's off. It's off. Just don't like scratchy sounds when it comes to metal and paint. There we go. Yeah, you're off. And that should be it. All the way around now. That's off. And it should just pop all the way around. You scratchy bastard. Does suggest warming the tyre up, but British summertime is shit. Also, typically it's been sunny all week, and come the weekend when I want to do this, the weather's gone crap. Right, so that's the bead's definitely off now. Okay. Wig. Job's a good one. There you are. That should. There we go. And I do believe that when it gets to this bit, it should just pull off. And now, let's see. Not sure if it'll pull out that way. I bet I can pull it out. Here we go. This is the face of a proud person. Just got to get the other one on now. So as you can see, there's an arrow there pointing in the direction of travel of the wheel. And also you have to take note of where the valve is, because for two reasons. So there's the arrow there, and on the tyre, and when we turn it over, obviously that's going to be pointing in the same direction as the arrow on the wheel. But on top of that, we need to know where the valve is, because as you can see there's two red dots there which indicate the lightest point of the tyre, so that has to line up with the valve. So I'm going to put it on this way. I've lined up the red dots with the valve, and I'm going to put a little bit of Windolene around this side for lubrication. Not too much though, because you don't want the inside to get be full of Windolene when you blow it up in a bit. Okay, let's do it. Also make sure that there's no debris inside the tyre. Nothing there. Okay, right. So protectors. Get it down so far just by pushing. Now it's time to get the tyre irons. A little bit at a time. It does suggest to warm your tyre up in the sun, but I know what's going on here. I'm a glove down. Oh yeah, past that. There we go. We're getting there. My God, we're getting there. Good. Touch more. We should be in. There we go. Take this out rather gingerly. And then just make sure that those lines are lined up again. A bit more lubrication. And I assume it's just going to be the opposite of when I took it off. So, get it on part the way. I know that it should be, I know that this should be a lot easier than it would be if the tyre was hot. But, you know, just have to take your time. just using an ordinary car emergency inflation pump plugged into the battery of the car. Let's see. Military training, this. Improvise, adapt, overcome. So the pole, balancing pole that comes with the wheel balancer is about this thin, and the spacers are 15-20 mil, and obviously the hub on that's massive. Hence fabricating out of a piece of scaffolding pole, a new hub. So let's see how we get on with that. Job's nearly a good one. Give that a try. Let's give it a go. You beauty. Oh. There we go. So for the balancing part, I'm going to give it a little spin, very lightly, and I need new weights, some tape, and a bit of a cloth with a bit of window lean on, just to give the rim, wherever you're going to put the weights, bit of a rub, bit of a clean. So that's settled there, which means that this is the lightest part. So I'm just going to put a bit of tape on the wheel there, give it another little spin, see if it settles there again. Which it looks like it's going to. Yep, exactly the same. So I'm going to start with, these are 10 and 15 grams, so I'm going to try in the first instance 15 grams, because Well, just because, don't need a reason. It's my wheel. So, take that off. Bit of tape just to tape it on. They've got adhesive on the back anyway, so it's just as an indicator really for now. Now I'll give it a spin, see what happens. So it is heading back up there, but I would suggest trying another 10 just to see if that works. Okay. There we go. Pretty sure it's not going to need any more weights than that. Yeah, I mean it's heading back up, but it's very, no, it stayed there. I would say that's probably balanced that now. Job's a good one. So, we've got 25. Give it a rub, nice clean. $25, I think, was exactly the same as I took off earlier on. But I'll confirm that with me. Here we go. We got 5, 10, 15 actually. 15 for some reason. Then when you do it yourself, I think you take a bit more time to get it just right. There, on. Give it a little spin just to see if that's good. Yep, it's coming back down. But it's rather it's a very fine balancing act. I'm going to give it one more little spin, just because I'm a bit anal like that. We've touched out on the far side. There we go. now. See, it's not going all the way to the bottom. It's just a momentum thing. So ready to put it back on the bike now. There's 4 pins you have to locate the wheel into. So just remains to torque it up and add the circlip. So got the circlip that needs to go into these 2 holes here. So if we circle it on, get it down into the hole, and then that should stop this nut from rotating. And what I'm going to do, not my own idea, but I've stolen it from someone online, is put a cable tie-in line just to make sure nothing will knock it off. And just a second mate. Always flush cut. There we are. And that is the tyre changed. Obviously I've got to put the exhaust back on. Never ending. So let's get the exhaust back on. There is a locating lug at the bottom here. Last but not least, I'll put on the rear foot pegs. ordinarily I'd put a dab of thread lock on that, but we're in lockdown, I haven't got any. What are you going to do? Just have to remember to do it when I can get some. Never do everything uptight all in one go either. Put them all relatively loose and then at the end give it a good tighten. And there we have it. Tyre changed.